All right, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us for the virtual college exploration for all Ohio students. My name is Mackenzie Ewalt, and I'm an OACAC member and also a volunteer here today. Just as a reminder, we do have plenty of other sessions available, and we'd love to see you sign up for those. Make sure that you check out the schedule at oacac.org. As a reminder, we will be recording this session today. So this session and all other sessions will be showing up within the next week or so on the oacac.org website. Just as a reminder, your camera and your microphone are off today. So you will not be seen and we cannot hear your voices, but please make sure that you are asking questions through the Q&A button that you see on your screen. We may not be able to get to all of your questions today, but your presenter will receive a transcript of all Q&A questions and will be able to reach out to you after this presentation and answer any of those questions that you may have. So enjoy the session, and I'm going to turn it over to our presenter, Johnny.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me today and learn more about Bethany College. My name is Johnny Falcone. I'm a Senior Assistant Director of Enrollment and Recruiting Coordinator here at Bethany College. And I'm a very, very proud 2010 Bethany graduate, where I graduated with my degree in sports management and also played football and ran track here during my time at Bethany. So Bethany College, if you're wondering where we're in the Panhandle of West Virginia. So we're PA, Ohio, and West Virginia all come together. That's where we're at. We're way up in the Panhandle. We sit about 50 minutes from downtown Pittsburgh, PA, 25 minutes from Steubenville, Ohio, 20 minutes from Washington, Pennsylvania, and about 15 minutes away from Wheeling, West Virginia, and Weirton, West Virginia. We're about an hour and a half south of Youngstown, about 2 hours, maybe 2 hours and 10 minutes from different parts of Cleveland, about an hour and 50 minutes from Akron, about an hour and 35 minutes from Canton, depending on where you're coming from, and a little over 2 hours to Columbus, Ohio. So it kind of gives you a really good idea of where we're from and where we're at. We're a very small town and a very small school. So if you're not coming here to visit, probably you never heard of us, but we do hope you come visit. So I'm going to start off a little bit about what the college is about. So Bethany College is a small liberal arts college here in West Virginia, like previously stated, and we are a PAC, President's Athletic Conference member school. Bethany has 600 students here on campus. Now, while our numbers may be small, we're actually mighty in heart, and what we can offer you as far as athletics, academics, financially, socially, and in your career is going to rival any school in America. So Bethany College has, first and foremost, 600 students from 30 states and 11 countries. So we are very, very diverse. We have students from, of course, PA, Ohio, West Virginia, New York, Virginia, Maryland, Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Texas, Montana, California, Arizona, Florida. We have students from Antigua, we have students from Africa, we have students from Germany, we have students from Australia, Mexico, Canada, and we have people from all over the world here, including our faculty. So it really makes us a really nice, diverse college that you're not going to really find in America, especially with only 600 students. So we really pride ourselves on our diversity. When you're here at Bethany, there's a lot of different things to do academically and that you want to get into for your career. So Bethany College has 32 majors and 33 minors. Like previously stated, I got my degree in sports management, which fell under the physical education department and the business department. But the 32 majors that we do have cover wide and varying amount of subjects and degrees and careers that you can get into. And the 33 minors definitely fall under every single major that we have. So some of our more popular majors do include our education department, because we have the ability to, if students take all their right classes and score high enough on their tests, to get you certified in PA, Ohio, and West Virginia to teach. Why is that important? Because that opens up all the public schools in those 3 states for you to get your certification and potentially and become a teacher. So education is one of our biggest departments. The biology department is very, very large for us as well, especially growing in our pre-health sciences, which is our biochemistry degree, which is a combination of biology and chemistry, and it falls under pre-med. And I'll talk a little bit more about that here in a few minutes. Some of the other biggest majors that we do have, political science, and it's usually partnered with history, is one of our biggest majors. Our business is very large as well, and our communications. Excuse me. Some of the good things that we have because of those majors is that we have our own TV station and our own radio station for our students to deal with communications, and our own newspaper. So it's really nice. So students can come in from day one if you're in communications or you want to get into broadcasting or even just do it as a hobby, that you can come in and you can, be involved with the TV station really on your own, running everything from setup to your own TV show to running the camera to play-by-play at the different sporting events to being on the radio and having your own radio show as well, to learning all the setup behind the scenes, and then having a newspaper and doing that digitally. So that's a really cool aspect of what we can offer you. There's not too many places that have all three of those for the students coming in. Nice thing about our education department is you're actually in an old Bethany grade school. So the Bethany grade school, was converted to our education building. So you have everything in there like it's an actual school, right? And that's where the education building is held. So it's pretty cool for our students to actually be teaching school inside of a school. So that's definitely a huge perk of the education department with us, and that's why it's so popular. In the biology department, for example, we have our own greenhouse as well. So students will go in there and actually work, and they can be creative with themselves. And we have two different labs. One's a dissection lab, and then one is more like a microbiology lab. So that's why our students like to get involved in that as well. But we have a lot of different things on campus for you to do within the majors. And that's just a few different examples of what makes us unique inside those biggest majors that we have. The other nice thing though too is you can double major. I mean, we have students who come in and double major in really two different things. So you have that ability with us, and your academic advisor will be helping you along the way with that. And really picking up the minors is good as well. One of our newest minors, entrepreneurship. So our business students are really getting into that, to have that entrepreneurship minor to fall back on as well. It's only 18 credits, so it's 6 classes. So it's definitely something that you can fit in, whether you're a business or accounting or finance, economics, international business, whatever it may be, that could be a good area for you to fall back on as well. Another huge thing about Bethany, being a Division III school, is our athletics. So we are one of the biggest athletic departments in the state of West Virginia. We have 22 varsity sports and also an equestrian program that competes at the club level. So a really nice thing about our athletic department is that we really offer every single sport imaginable, from lacrosse, football, baseball, softball, tennis, golf, everything in between. The only things we don't have are water polo and wrestling, unfortunately. The really nice thing about our athletic department is that our students are student athletes first, and that is represented by our numerous academic All-Americans that we have, and also the pride that we have in our athletic department that we boast 3 of the greatest athletic programs in our league's history, including women's softball with multiple World Series appearances and a World Series finals berth. We have men's soccer who won 39 out of 40 league titles during one time, played in 2 national championships, and also won a national championship. And then men's basketball, who has 14 league championships and 21 championship game appearances. And every one of our teams has won at least 1 league championship over their time. So, our students are definitely very involved here in athletics. That's a really good thing. It keeps them very busy, and especially if you want to continue playing in the college level. So, a lot of our students do that. More importantly, we have 25 clubs and organizations on campus for you. So our students definitely get involved with a lot when they're here. Everything from student government to religious life to the different business like clubs, for example, or the communications club, or, student government, whatever it may be. Everybody has a niche, and they kind of find that here. A really cool thing about it is that you don't have to have any experience in high school with having, the urge to be in clubs here. So a lot of people will get involved in stuff that they never were involved in before. For example, our starting quarterback, Dom, he's going to be a junior. He is a junior. He's actually a junior class president. Never had any involvement in high school in any clubs or anything, but here it's a little bit different, right? He had a little bit of interest. He kind of got recruited, and the next thing you know, he's the junior class president. And that's really good for his resume. It's definitely a huge addition. Say, hey, I was a junior class president on top of being a finance major and playing football and everything else that he did in college. So that's a really, really great thing for him. We also have fraternities and sororities, and students really like to get involved in that here, especially for the philanthropy efforts of the fraternities and sororities with what they do. So that's definitely a big part of campus here as well. The other thing is we have a lot of fun here on campus. We have campus-wide tutoring every week with all of our students called Rock the Books. That is open to all of our students to come, and our sports teams are required to go there, but it's campus-wide tutoring that our students can go help each other in. We've had other things like Moonlight Breakfast, which is a meal about 10 o'clock at night when they cook breakfast underneath the stars. That's pretty cool. The president has had people at her place for little get-togethers. Actually, our president is so awesome. She lives right here on campus. And last summer, a couple who met at Bethany here actually wanted to get married, and she actually let them have their reception at her house right here on campus. But I'll talk a little bit more about President Rodenberg here soon. But we have those type of things going on campus. We've had concerts from Waka Flocka, Machine Gun Kelly. We've had Lloyd Banks here. We've had the Pittsburgh Steelers come and play our students in a charity basketball game for cancer research when I was here as a student. We have get on the bus and go trips. So our students will literally pay $5 to get on a bus and go. Now this was pre-coronavirus, so a little bit different, but students paid $5. They went to a Pittsburgh Pirates game since we're not too far from Pittsburgh. Another time they paid $5 and went to Cedar Point, and everything was really paid for with them. So, you know, our students definitely stay very busy in that regard. There's a lot to do here. There really, really is a lot to do here. And one thing I will say is I think our homecoming will rival anybody's homecoming, especially any Division II and Division III school in America, because all of our alumni come back for that and definitely get involved. For example, last year was our first night game in history of the school for football. And we had it, you know, the homecoming coincide with that. So the game was at 7 o'clock. Well, all day there's food trucks here. People pulled up in campers. There was DJs. There was tents, people, you know, cooking out and everything from literally Friday night or early Saturday morning until that game. We actually had over 10,000 people here for homecoming. To put in perspective, Bethany has been around 180 years, and we have 12,000 alumni and a little more than 10,000 living alumni. So we had over 10,000 people, including alumni, friends, family, all visiting campus here at one time. It is actually so awesome that our game got delayed an hour and a half by lightning, but we still had over 2,500 people just attend the game itself, and everybody else was still in the tailgating area. So that kind of tells you about how exciting our homecoming is. You know, the one really nice thing about us as well, those people that are here for homecoming and our alumni base is so strong. It helps our students get jobs and internships when they leave as well, because of the friendships that are made and the connections that are made being in a small school. With that being said, we do offer a career center here on campus, and the career center is run by Amy, and she's definitely an awesome person. She's going to help you with how to write your resume, how to find internships, you know, across the country, where to apply for graduate school, and definitely keep track of you when you go get a job. So the 2018-2019 class, the 2019 graduates, of course, Bethany College had a 97% placement ratio for our students to go into full-time work or full-time graduate school within 6 months. So 4% went to the U.S. military. That's a little bit different, but 21% then went to full-time graduate school, and 72% went into full-time work. And the starting salary of those students in their first-time job was $40,000. So you can ask any adult. That's a lot of money for students to get involved with, especially in their first-time job. So somebody may ask, you know, well, what are your top graduate schools for Bethany graduates? Well, of course, Bethany College is definitely one of the biggest, you know, post-bachelor schools for students to go to, especially coming back as a GA. But besides Bethany College, Willing University is right down the road from us. That's, you know, one of the larger schools that has our students go to it for their post-bachelors. But really the main ones then would be like Harvard, NYU, which is New York University, Carnegie Mellon University, WVU, which is West Virginia University, the Ohio State University, the University of Pitt, since we're very close to that, especially in some of the medical areas that Pitt has. So our students kind of go all over. Stanford's one of them as well. So our students will definitely go all over to many different colleges, many top colleges for their graduate and or doctorate work once they leave Bethany College. Somebody may ask, hey, you know, what are your biggest employers at Bethany College? Well, I would definitely tell you that it's a very, very large number of Fortune 100 and Fortune 500 companies and a lot of different ventures that students go into. So surprisingly, the actual cool thing about us is 2 pro sports teams are huge employers at Bethany College, the Baltimore Ravens in the NFL and the Seattle Mariners in Major League Baseball. So that's really cool about us. Other than that, TSA is a huge employer of us, the U.S. military as well. And then you get into Exxon and Chevron, Amazon, Coca-Cola, Walt Disney Productions. You also have Johns Hopkins Medicine in there as well. So, you know, our students get involved in some pretty big time businesses and things like that. And why do they get those jobs, people may ask, right? Because those are, big jobs to get into, especially you're talking getting into Coca-Cola and high-level jobs in Amazon and, Johns Hopkins Medicine. Well, our career center is going to work with you those internships, right? So Amy is going to help you find those internships really outside of education and in the social work department, because you have to do so many hours for field work. Everybody else will average 2 to 4 internships during that time that they're in school here. So, if myself and, Joey from down the street are going to compete for a job and I have 4 internships under my belt during my time in college and Joey only has 1, odds are you're probably going to hire the guy who has the 4 of them, especially because our students will intern with, companies from all over the world, where they're from, or even around town here. So I've seen students, intern with theater departments in New York City to the Wheeling Nellers, which is like a semi-pro hockey team down the road from us, to students have interned with the Pittsburgh Steelers in the NFL, to Wall Street. A lot of different things our students will get involved in with those internships. That's very, very important when you're looking at a school. You want to find out, what their internship capabilities are for you and what their placement ratio is for you as well. So that's one really nice thing about us. And Amy's going to help you, of course, write your resume, and she's going to work with you to make sure when you leave Bethany, you are ready to go into the real world. And on top of that, with us being so small, your average class size is 12 students per professor in the fall and 8 students per professor in the spring. So the professors are a huge addition to helping you find a job and getting your internships and everything else as well, because the professors get a chance to know you. You're taking it from the former student's perspective here, that the professors will definitely get a chance to know you, and you'll get a chance to know them. And that's really cool. That's very, very valuable, because you're talking that, professors who are doctors, or maybe they're adjunct in another different business field or whatever field they may be in, and they're coming back to teach. They know a lot of people, right? And if you show promise in the classroom and you show that you definitely want to get into those fields, they're definitely going to help you, right? So between our professors and our staff, like ourselves, in enrollment, to our administration, to our coaches, to our career center, to everybody here, is going to help you when you leave here walk into a great job and a very comfortable life. That's something that we really pride ourselves on as a college. So I kind of mentioned before about Dr. Rodenberg. I want to talk a little bit about our president. Dr. Rodenberg is one of our many historic presidents here, and she's currently been here for a good number of years, handful of years, and she's awesome. She lives right here on campus. She's very in tune with the students. She came to us from TCU down in Texas, so she came from the really big school to being here at Bethany, the small school, and she's just done amazing things for us. Under her guidance, we've actually put in a brand new cafeteria, which I'll talk about here shortly. We got a brand new weight room. We've redone some of our majors, and there's different things going across campus that we didn't have before. And she's just been a great, great addition. Her husband's awesome. They're huge supporters of us. So she's very in tune with the students, because she has children that are close to our students' ages, and she's a younger president. So that definitely helps. So with some of the new things that we've got on campus here, we definitely have a brand new cafeteria. It's only a couple years old. And the way the cafeteria works with Bethany, and the way the food system works here as well, it's going to be different from what you're used to. So our students are on an all-inclusive meal plan. So what that means is you pay one price for your meal plan, no matter if you go one time into the cafeteria all here or 50 times a day. So it's definitely one price. Nice thing about us is we open at 7:30 in the morning in the cafeteria, and really are open until 9 o'clock at night, and it's open all day. So whether you want to go in for breakfast, lunch, dinner, a snack, grab a coffee, maybe just grab some fruit before practice or whatever it may be, you can definitely do that. So we are open all day. You literally go in and swipe your card. So why not take advantage of it, especially if you can get yourself some fruit or things like that when you're getting hungry, if, between your, say your really early lunch and your late dinner. So that's definitely something we have for you here. It's really unique. We also have what's called the Hub. It's another eatery on campus. And the Hub has like soups, sandwiches, salads, pop, muffins, things like that for you to eat, but it also serves Starbucks coffee. So you do get a free $100 to the Hub as well. So you get an all-inclusive meal plan, and then you get $100 to the Hub. So if you want to get Starbucks and use $100 on that, you can definitely do that. I know usually the young ladies here on campus are always getting Starbucks every single day. The guys, not so much. I'm a white chocolate mocha fan, so I would just go up there and get that. But that's how our meal plan breaks down with our cafeteria. So The other thing about us too is very unique is our housing. So the way our housing works is we have multiple options on campus here, everything from what's called Campbell Village to Goodnight, which is our honors dorm, to an all-girls dorm in Phillips Hall, to many different options. Now, what's really cool about us is that you do not have to stay in a traditional dorm. We do not have traditional dorms. All of our dorms are cube style living, suites, or apartments. So like I lived in Campbell Village, and it's definitely the most popular option. The way Campbell Village looks is there's 4 different apartment buildings, and you would walk into your main apartment. When you get to your room, you walk in, it's a fully furnished kitchen, microwave, refrigerator, table and chairs, just no stove, and a fully furnished living room for you to share. And then on each side of the apartment are 2 bedrooms. So you actually have your own bedroom that's fully furnished with a full-size bed, and you only share a bathroom with one other person on your side. So to the left and to the right are the 2 bedrooms and the 1 bathroom. There's a double sink, full tub and shower, and a separate door that leads into the toilet. So that's a really popular option for our students. One of our newer dorms on campus is Cochran Hall. It's actually right across the street from our cafeteria. And that is more your suite style. So there's some apartments, some suites that are 2 people and then up to 6. And then there's really just 2 people per room. And then so you can have 1 bedroom the whole way up to 3 bedrooms in there. And then you have your own private bathroom in there. You have your own living room in there as well. It's fully furnished, and then a bedroom that you share. Now, some of the times people will get their own rooms in there. So that's really cool, as well. So we have a lot of great options for you, so I think that really sets us apart from most places. Some of the other cool things that we have on campus for you is we have our own mail center. So you can get your mail sent here, or you can send mail out if you want to get stuff from Amazon or mail stuff home to your parents, whatever it may be, you can definitely do that. We have a brand new bookstore here as well. So that's right across from the hub for you inside of Moreland Hall. And we are sponsored by Nike athletically. So all of our sports gear is Nike. So you're going to find a pretty good amount of Nike stuff, and then also some off-brand stuff in there as well. Really cool thing about us as well is our books. So most colleges that you're going to find will make you pay for books by semester. Okay. And that's, that's cool, right? Well, our students pay 1 lump sum per semester for their books. So it's only $250 per semester for all your books. So whether you have 1 book, 2 books, or 10 books, it's $250 to rent all those books per semester. So you're only spending $500 potentially, say on 17 or 18 books if you really needed that many for the entire year. So that is definitely a huge advantage that we have. I definitely think you'll find that most schools don't do that, but we definitely do that. So that's one really nice thing for our students here. You can definitely also bring a car if you want. The parking fee is only $150 for the entire year. So you can pay that for the whole year. If you just bring it for the first semester or second semester, that's fine too. It'll be split in half at $75. So, we have a lot of cool things in that regard. Now, our campus, people may ask, what's the campus actually like itself? Well, it is a little bit rural, right? So it's a little bit hilly. So what I would tell you is that, yes, you can definitely walk all across campus, but I would definitely tell you just to have a good pair of tennis shoes, but you'll be in the best shape ever walking around campus. Now, we sit on 1,300 acres total. Okay, we have outdoor classrooms, we have walking trails, there's ponds and streams and different things like that for you to see, walk around campus. But really to walk from one end of campus to the other is about 12 to 15 minutes at the very, very most. So it is very pretty here. If you're a Harry Potter fan, we're definitely like Harry Potter. It very much looks like Hogwarts in some regards. So it's really cool. I mean, it's very, very pretty. It's definitely very historic. As I previously stated, it's 180 years old now. We're the oldest college in the state of West Virginia. We're actually so old that we are actually Virginia when the college was founded by our founder, Alexander Campbell. So that's definitely a pretty interesting thing about us. We have all brick buildings, brick walkways. We have the Ogleby Gates, which if you go right on our website, you can definitely check that out. So it's definitely very cool. It's like the 1800s meet the 21st century, and you combine that and you created Bethany College. So it definitely makes us very unique in that regard. Some of the other things about campus though too, being rural, we sit in the town of Bethany itself, which is only about maybe 1,000 people. So We do have a general store here. Harry and his family run that. So there's a general store here, and then there's a post office. And then we also have our town park, which has like our baseball field, basketball courts, our little community center, things like that. So there's not too much here, but don't fear, right? Don't fear. A couple of towns, or sorry, a couple of minutes away in the towns that are next to us are grocery stores and Walgreens and restaurants and gas stations and all types of things for you to go to and do. And especially with the towns that I named earlier, you can go there and there's movie theaters and shopping and everything that you can do pre and post Corona. So you'll definitely find there's a lot of things around here for you. But the nice thing we like to say is when you're here on campus, you're really locked in to being on campus and being the best student that you can be. And then whatever your extracurricular activities are, be the best at what those are. But it's very safe here. One thing I always encourage people is to talk to the schools about, hey, what's your police force like? Or what's your security force like? Or, you know, things like that. We actually have our own security force here. Sarah, who runs the security team, is actually an ex-police officer. She's really a wonderful person, works with our student life very well. So we have that. We have 24-hour protection with our security team. We have 360-degree cameras on campus as well that we have just for student safety. We also are covered by the neighboring police departments as well, and Bethany has their own police department. But I would tell you this, the worst thing I ever seen in the 4 years I was here as a student, now 3 years working here, is a deer ran into a car and a tree fell one time. So we're very safe. You know, the one thing you definitely want to look at too in the world that we're in today with the coronavirus is how you're keeping students safe on campus. Well, what I can definitely tell you is the day our students moved in August, we tested all of our students, faculty, staff, and people in the community. So what I can tell you is out of all those tests, we've only had 2 positive tests. So we immediately isolated those students, and then also they were taken care of, and then we're pretty much back to normal now. We don't have anything going on campus in that regard. We do randomly test people here on campus as part of our protocol. Out of the random tests that we just did, nobody was positive out of that. So we're definitely very safe here. The county we're in West Virginia, Brooke County, is very safe as well. The nice thing is we're very spread out here, so we're naturally social distancing from another. We have our priorities with masks and hand sanitizer and washing your hands and the different protocols in class. So it's really important to ask those things in a college going forward. So now you know about us and how safe we are. We are definitely we're a hidden gem here that's socially distanced since 1840. So that's a really cool thing too. You know, some other students want to know then what's the financial aid like, what's the application process like. So what happens is you need to apply with us, and you need to also send us your high school transcripts, and then you also need to send us your test score. So if you have a test score. So if you've taken the ACT and SAT, definitely send that on to us. If you haven't, that's okay. We're test optional now, so it's no big deal. But definitely send us your high school transcript. We definitely want that. Our application is free. As soon as all that comes in, you definitely want to register and get your FAFSA done on October 1st. And then we'll start sending out our financial aid packages in November. So what you will find is that we'll get that out to you very, very quickly, and we'll have you accepted here very, very soon. Another nice thing about us is if you do a virtual visit with us, you will receive $1,000 a year for $4,000 overall. And that's just taking a little bit of time to talk into our enrollment staff here. So that's kind of how everything breaks down. What we do is we take your transcripts and what your GPA is, and if you have a test score, and we will plug that into a chart and then say you get X amount of merit scholarship money. We have bigger scholarships on campus as well, from our presidential, which is full tuition, to our honors program, which in the past has been $23,000 a year, to our Kalon leadership program, which is $20,000 a year. So there's definitely a lot of money for you as well. What I would encourage you to do is get on our website, www.bethany, BETHANY.wv.edu. So bethanywv.edu. Check out our academics, check out our athletics, check out our student life, check out our application process, and definitely register for a visit. We'd love to have you on campus. With all that being said, you know, then when you are looking at schools, what I would encourage everybody to do is definitely take the time to look at big schools, look at small schools, look at urban schools, look at rural schools, and find your niche, right? Find your niche and find out what is best for you. Because not everybody's going to like small schools and everybody's going to like big schools, but you have to take the initiative and the effort and go look at them as well. So that'll definitely be very beneficial to you. But if you need anything, my information is right on our website. But my name is Johnny, Johnnny, Falcone, that's F as in Frank, ALCONI. And our number here to our office is 304-829-7226. That's my direct line. Or you can email me at JFALCONI, the @ BethanyWV.edu. So jfalcone at BethanyWV.edu. So I'm more than happy to help if you have any questions you need answered. You want to call me, email me, whatever it may be. So I definitely appreciate you guys taking the time to listen to me. I definitely look forward to seeing you on campus soon. It's a great place. A lot of people come from all over because of how safe and amazing this place is. So I know you'll do great. If you give yourself the opportunity to come here, you'll do great. And we'll see you soon. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Johnny, and thank you for all of those that did join us today. Just as we are closing out today, a reminder that a quick survey is going to pop up as soon as this webinar does end. If you would please take the time to fill out those quick 4 questions, that'd be very helpful to us. One last reminder to make sure that you're signing up for additional sessions at oacac.org. And just a reminder again that these have been recorded and will be posted on the oacac.org website. Thank you all so much for joining us. Have a great day.